We're on the front line of driving this change in the education system here in the county. I have learned that we are, if not unique, highly unusual in the country in the way we're doing this. That the really important thing about it is that we're aligned with where the growth sectors are. We want to help those companies and organizations have access to very well qualified entry level people. We want the people coming out of school to know that they can have a good career here in Sonoma County and in the general North Bay area, and that they have the skills to compete. And I think beyond that, we are beginning to see the driving of this change in the way I see it when I go into the classroom and I see the kids' eyes and I watch how engaged they are. I see it in the way the teachers are talking about the programs and the administrators. I see it in the way that the business people are talking about it. So I know it's working. It's going to take a while for all the statistics to show up as these kids move through and move into the workplace. But I'm very confident about what's happening. And so that's what makes me proud to do this and passionate about growing it. I went to an advanced manufacturing class. I'm going to have trouble remembering which school it was, but there were about 15 kids in the class. It was a mixed junior and senior class. There were about a quarter of those kids were women. I was a little disappointed at that, but I know it's a thing that we have to keep at to drive that up, and I think we will. But what really caught me was that these kids were all doing their work on computers. They were being asked by the teacher to do statistics in Excel, both standard deviations and means and things like that, and look at how various measurements they were doing played out on their computer screens and what the graphs meant. And then we got to talking individually. I did with some of the students about their projects. And it was remarkable to see what these kids had done. One of them had actually built a rocket, solid-fueled rocket, big one, and had launched it with help from a friend who knew about solid fuels. I come from that background, so that really got me excited. And just to see these kids doing these things was just heartwarming. It really was. And how engaged they were. They could all talk about everything that they were working on in a lot of depth. And no one was unhappy to be there. Everybody was really excited. So I was really thrilled with that. There are others, Farm to Table program that I went to out in the West County, and those kids was the same thing. It was a different topic, but those kids were absolutely engaged. I went out to the farm area at Sonoma High School as well, and those kids were doing experiments on growing different seeds in different soils with different water conditions. They were having to take data, they were having to understand what it meant and do controlled experiments, and just teaching that scientific method and the way the kids were really engaged in it and having fun at the same time was just superb.